Previous class I have discussed with the drainage system, right? It is continuing the Indus Valley civilization. Next I will discuss about the occupations. Okay, occupations means what was their livelihood. Yes, one was agriculture. Occupation means livelihood. Okay, agriculture. Like the Egyptian and Mesopotamian civilization, agriculture was the main occupation of the Horoppans. Agriculture means cultivation. Okay, cultivation. Okay, the Harappas cultivated on the banks of the river made fertile by seed deposited during floods. Okay. Then wheat and barley. What were the main food of this civilization? The wheat and barley were the main food grains. Dates, field peas, sesame and mustard were grown. Rice was also cultivated. A fragment of cotton cloth has been found at Mohenjo-daro. A fragment of cotton cloth has been found at Mohenjo-daro, indicate that Harappan people cultivated cotton. Okay, a fragment of cotton cloth has been found at Mohenjo-daro, that indicating that the Harappan people cultivated cotton. Next, I will discuss the animal husbandry. Okay, the Harappan animal husbandry means domestication. Husbandry means domestication. Means in a say what? Domestication of animals. Okay, the Harappan people domesticated any elephant, oxen, buffaloes, goat, sheep and pigs. Cats and dogs were regarded as pets. Asses and camels were possibly used as beasts of burden. Remains of horses have been found in Sorkodata. Okay. These are mainly the Harappan people domesticated the animals name elephant, oxen, buffaloes, goats, sheep and pigs. Okay, then cats and dogs were regarded as pet. Next, I will discuss the crafts and industries. The Harappan civilization saw the growth of several new arts and crafts. The Harappans were excellent potters. They used the potter's wheel skillfully to make pottery of various shapes and sizes. Crafts were what is the crafts? The Harappan civilization saw the growth of several new arts and crafts. These are the Harappans were excellent potters. They used the potter's wheel skillfully to make pottery of various shapes and sizes. The pots were painted with geometrical patterns and shapes. Isn't it geometrical patterns and shapes? Isn't it? Isn't a geometrical pattern? Okay, the geometrical pattern and shapes. The Harappan people manufactured brilliant terracotta models. They were brilliant terracotta models. These models were used either as toys or object of worship. Okay. Manufactured brilliant, you have to remind the manufactured brilliant terracotta model. These models were used either as toys or objects of worship. Worship means puja. A number of terracotta female figurines have been found which may have been the symbols of Mother Goddess. Okay. A group of people emerged as specialized who polished beads, made shells and so on. They were also engaged in their crafts such as bricklaying, stone cutting, boat making, monastery and carpentry. Okay, carpentry who do the work of wood is called as carpentry. Okay, monastery boat making, stone cut who cutting the stone, boat making who the maker of boat. Okay, spinning and weaving were important occupations. metalwork. Copper and bronze were used for making vessels, ornaments. Ornaments means jewelry, tools, and weapons. Weapons means gun. Okay. Bronze fingerings of human beings and animals were manufactured with great skill. The most appealing among them is perhaps the bronze dancing girl. The most appealing among them is perhaps the bronze dancing girl. The girl is shown wearing a necklace. Okay. And a series of bangles. Series means a lot of bangles is called as series of bangles. A lot of bangles. Almost covering one arm, and her hair is neatly arranged. These are the images of dancing girl. Okay. Next, gold and silver were used for making a variety of beads, pendants, armlets, brooches, needles, and other personal ornaments. Gold and silver were used for making a variety of beads, pendants, ornaments, brooches, needles, and other personal ornaments. These are the images of Harappan pottery. Cells. A large number of cells have been unearthed from different Harappan sites. These cells contain realistic human and animal engraving. The Harappan cells are usually square of oblong shaped and made of clay, statite, or terracotta. These cells were probably used by merchants and traders. Merchants be farmer likes, and traders who does their business. Okay, to stamp goods. These cells are valuable sources of information about the life and culture of the people and tell us great deal about their religious belief, artistic skills, trade contacts, dress, and ornaments. Okay. Next, many important facts about Harappan life and culture will come to light if and when the script would be deciphered. Next, everything Harappan society. The excavation at several Indus Valley sites indicate probably the Harappan society consisted of different groups of people: priests, rulers, traders, priests, rulers who rule in kingdom, traders who do the business, artisans, and craftsmen who are involved with crafts, cultivators, okay, and laborers. Food and barley. Wheat and barley constituted the staple diet of Harappan people. Mustard, fruit and vegetables, meat, fish, eggs, and milk also formed a part of their diet. Okay. Next হচ্ছে dress and fashion. What was the dress of fashion of the Harappan civilization? Okay, the Harappan people wore clothes of wool and cotton. Wool, you wear the wool, the woolen sweater in the winter season. And you wear the cotton shirt. Okay, in any season. There were upper and lower garments. Both men and women kept long hair and wore jewelry like necklaces, rings, bangles means bangles in hands, and girdles. The rich or ornaments made of gold, silver, and ivory. The poor wore shell, bone, and copper jewelry. The men kept beard. They combed their hair backwards, which was either cut short or coiled in a knot on a top of the head. The women probably tied their hair tightly. And they used hairpins and combs to keep their hair in place. They also used cosmetics. These were the description of dress and fashion. Entertainment. Harappan people preferred indoor games to outdoor games. Indoor board games played with dice were popular. The Harappan were fond of music and dancing. Outdoor activities like hunting and fishing was also popular. Hunting means hunted the animal. Okay, and fishing were also popular. The children played with terracotta toys. The toys was made by terracotta, like dolls. Okay, wheeled carts and sliding monkeys, rattles and whistles. All this is known because these items have been found in excavation. Next is trade and contacts. Trade and contacts. The well-organized trade network was an important characteristic of the Harappan civilization. These people traded both within and outside India. They both traded in outside India. They traded with many countries like Afghanistan and Persia. The Harappan trade links extended to the cities of Mesopotamia, where about 2 dozens of Harappan cells have been found. Trade was carried on both by land and sea routes. Boats, ships, and bullock carts were used for trade. A number of weights and measures have been found indicating their use on a wide scale. People probably traded using the barter system. Next, religious practices. What is the religious practices? Worship of Mother Goddess. Okay, evidence from seals and fingerprints help us to know about the Harappan religious practices. The numerous female fingerprints in terracotta are believed to represent the Mother Goddess. Next, Pasupati cell. The most striking deity of the Harappan culture is the horned god on the cells. The cell, also known as the Pasupati cell. The god has 3 heads and horns. He is shown as sitting in a yogic posture. The god is surrounded by an elephant. The god was surrounded by an elephant, tiger, rhinoceros, as a buffalo below the throne. At these feet appear 2 deer. This looks like the image of Lord Shiva. Next, Pipal tree. The Pipal tree was regarded as sacred and worshipped. Sacred means holy, and worshipped. The presence of amulets shows a belief in evil spirits. Thus, the inhabitants of the Indus region worshipped gods in the form of animals, trees and human beings. Life after death. Like an Egyptian, Harappan also believed in life there after death. They buried the dead together with items of food, utensils, ornaments, etc. Sometimes they creamed the dead and kept the ashes or bones in an urn along with items of daily use. Last, Harappan script. Like the people of ancient Mesopotamia, the Harappans also invented a pictographic script, but unfortunately it has not been deciphered so far. Therefore, we do not know much about the literary contribution. Literary means educated contribution. Most of the seals are specimens of the Harappan script. Last is administration. There has been no exact information regarding the administration of the cities, judging from the excellence of the Harappan civilization. It is clear that their cities were eventually governed. They were probably governed by rich merchants and priests. Last is decline of the civilization. How was the civilization declined? The Harappan civilization came to an end around 1750 BCE. Several theories have been put forward by the scholars to explain its collapse. The invention by foreign people might have destroyed the civilization. The invention by the foreign people might have destroyed civilization. A change in the course of the river Indus may have made the land infertile. The expression of the neighboring desert increased salinity of the soil and decreased fertility. This was also responsible for the decline of Harappan civilization. Flood were also considered the main causes of the decline of the civilization. Excavation reveals that Mohenjo-daro itself was flooded more than once. Earthquake is also considered a reason for the decline of civilization. Earthquake also, okay, the earthquake destroys many places. Mainly the earthquake destroys many places. It is in interest that although this Harappan civilization declined, its culture survived in difference from the surrounding regions. Okay, this is the causes of the causes of the decline of this Harappan civilization. Indus Valley civilization. Okay. Points. We have to remind these points. The Harappan or Indus Valley civilization was the first urban civilization of India. It was the first urban civilization of India. It was flourished in the northwestern part. Of India between 2500 BC to 1500 BCE. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the two most important cities. The main features of the civilization are well-planned towns, well-mentioned streets, grand public structures like the Great Bath and Assembly Hall at the Mohenjo-daro and Great Granary at Harappa, a developed art and craft industry and florist trade. The main occupations of Harappan were agriculture. Trade and craft industry. Later, these script were for pictographic. Okay, it has not been deciphered so far. The Harappan civilization declined around 1500 BC. The civilization declined around 1500 BC. The causes of decline are still debated. I said previously that this is supposed, not is the exactly cause of the decline of the civilization, right? This is supposed. I have supposed. We have supposed that this civilization declined. We are not sure that for this cause, this civilization has declined. The citadel, grid system, the important terms, Great Bath, we have to remind it. Okay, thanks.